Alright everybody, Bryce from Harbor Golf Sim back here. My kids are down here laughing, they won't leave the simulator. So this video is going to be about the Srixon ZXi7s again. Big update, these things are actually going in my bag. So today what we're going to be doing, we're going to be going through all the yardages. We're going to be kind of bag mapping, seeing where everything lands, making sure there's good distances in between clubs, ideal spin numbers, just kind of mapping it all out, seeing if any clubs need any loft adjustments, just to make sure everything kind of goes right throughout the bag. I like to keep about 15 yards in between each iron, so we might have to do some bending on a couple. I noticed that these were going probably on average 5 to 7 yards farther than my gamers, which were the old Bridgestone J15 CVs. So this will be a good thing for you guys to see. We'll run through all the distances, run through the chart at the end, and I'll kind of show you guys how I look at things and how you should probably look at things when you're trying to really map out your bag and make all the gaps very consistent so everything works well for you. You guys want to get in the video and say hi?
No.
Come on in.
Hi.
Come over here. They're still in their pajamas because it's the day before Thanksgiving and they're off school. Wesley, get in the video. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. Have fun watching the video. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, one last thing. If you could please like, comment, and subscribe, that would be huge. Obviously, we're just getting started here. I am going to be releasing videos every week. So the more likes, the more comments, the more subscriptions we get, the more people that can see the videos, and hopefully manufacturers will start sending us some equipment to test. That's the ultimate goal here. I don't care about making any money off of this. I'm just a straight up golf nerd and would love the opportunity to test all sorts of different equipment and balls and swing aids, training aids, anything. So thanks for your support, and I hope you enjoy the video.
Bye.
All right, 5-iron. So I got this green set up at 205, the flag. I think that should be a pretty good goal for carry number with the 5-iron. Oh, pulled that one. Might take a second to get warmed up here. And you guys have seen me hit 5-irons before, so that probably was pretty expected. A little bit toey. Let's see how that one goes. Huh, it got there. Pretty good for a poor strike. Yeah, I think that one's pretty good too. Might have been a little heavy. Yep, it's a little high on the face. I'll take the best 5 shots from each one of these. I like to get my yardages off of balls that are hit well instead of taking all the shots. That way I know when I'm on the course, if I hit it good, how far is it gonna go? I don't want those random, like that first shot. I don't want that in my numbers. Or like that one. That one can come out, obviously. That was a good one. Ooh, that one was hit real well. 213 carry. I like that. pushed it. Still pretty good, perfect carry, 205. Just left the face open, but it was pretty good. Smoked that one. Everything looks pretty good. Center strike. Was the face closed? It's pretty square. Not bad. All right, one more. A little heavy. Just like it felt, just barely touched the mat before the ball. So that's a decent one to keep in there to know if you hit it a little heavy. All right, that'll do it for 5-iron. On to 6 we go. Here we go with the 6-iron. Got the green set at 190. I don't think I set it when I was hitting the 5, but I'm using just a standard Pro V1. So my hope is to carry this at, obviously, I don't know, I think, yeah, 190-ish. We'll find out. My Bridgestones, my old ones, used to go about 190, so we'll see if these go a little farther. I love pulling the first shot on video, don't I? Seems to be a theme. That one can come out. I'm gonna turn the tiles off. That one says it carried 205. That's because the face was probably shut and I pulled it. $200 carry, huh? Pretty good strike. Another good one. Wow, these things are carrying as far as that 5-iron. So that'll be interesting to look at for the gapping. A little thin. Still carrying 195 though. That's kind of more in the range where I want it. Oh, that was not very good. A little thin again, face open. 190 carry still. It's going to be interesting. Pulled that one and hit it a little fat. And it went out 198. Close the face, that's why. I think that one's pretty good. 196 carry. Yeah, that's a good one there. I like that. Another good one. 203 carry. That is deep. All right. There's enough good ones there. That's the 6 iron. Moving on to the 7. All right, on to the 7 iron we go. I realized on the 5 and the 6, you guys weren't seeing the ball numbers or all the numbers here at the bottom of the Pro Tee, so I made sure to include that this time. A real YouTuber would probably redo those sections for you, but you're just gonna have to take my word on those numbers. They're still definitely stored in the system, and you'll see them at the end. All right, so 7 iron, I got the flag at 175. The flag's kind of in the front, so I expect to hit it more around 180, but I didn't want to hit a bunch of balls in the water, so I put it at 175. It's a pretty good one. Oh, look at that. Work people bugging me. Gotta better put that on silent. Good one to start there, right in the center. 186 carry. So that's pretty big. From what I'm seeing so far, I might have to get that 5 iron bent a little stronger or weaken the rest of these. That one's hit pretty good. But yeah, that's far. 190 carry. Wow. I don't like it going that far. Try to slow it down a little. Not swing so hard. What'd that give us? 181. That's perfect. We can deal with that. Be nice to have irons that I just didn't feel like I had to swing hard to get to my numbers. A little thin there. That one's probably got to travel. But it did. Good miss hit. We'd take that 100 times out of 100 in real life. Pulled it. Sit down, ball. That's what happens when you shut the face on her. Common Bryce problem. And then I overcorrected, of course. So those two can come out. All right, let's not think about it. Let's just hit it. That one should be pretty good. Oh yeah. Nice little easy baby cut. All right, that's the 7 iron numbers. We will go down to the 8 now. All right, here we go with the 8 iron. Got the flag at 165. 161 carry. Kind of tried laying off of that one a little bit, just like the 7s, to see what would happen. Pretty good one there. All right. I don't have to swing these that hard. That is nice. Another good one. Yeah, love it. Got something wet on my pants. Another good one. Well, this 8-iron works. That's pretty nice. That's the difference from my Bridgestones. I don't have to feel like I'm swinging as hard. And it's still jumping. Still got 90 club speed with an 8-iron. That's solid. Oh, that wasn't very good. Got caught. Stuck under it. All right, one more. There's a good one. Oh, dropped the club. 163 carry. Perfect. All right, that's the 8-iron. We're going to move on to the 9. All right, we're on to the 9-iron here. Really loving these things so far. I got the green for the 9-iron set at 150. Don't want it to go too far. 150 is a good number. Man, these grips are sticky. These would be nice in the rain, I think. Little heel. Yep, that's what it shows. Not terrible though. Got away with it. Survived the water. Decent one, pulled it a little. 158 carry, shut the face. That's a good one. Oh yeah. 155 carry. So yeah, besides that 5-iron, all these clubs seem to travel about 5 yards farther than my Bridgestones do. So for being a player's iron, they got some pop. Another pretty good one. 156 carry. Guess I should have put the hole at 155. Another good one. 156. Yeah, so this is definitely a 155 club. I am concerned about that 5-iron though. One more good one. Oh, that wasn't it. That was thin. What's a thin shot do? 143. Still got there. All right, one more. That one's good. 155. Perfect. Love it. Man, these things do feel great too. They feel almost as good as my Bridgestones. Very close. Maybe they'll get to that point of my heart eventually, but not yet. All right, that's the 9-iron. One more club going to the pitching wedge, and that'll do it. All right, last one. Pitching wedge. Got the green at 135. So I'm basically setting these pins distance at what I want my carry to be, just so I can judge it when it's coming down. Obviously, if I'm hitting this, carrying this 135, it's probably going to end up 138 to 140. And this was the club that in the first test that I didn't love. It was going kind of short on me, so let's see if it was just because those were my first swings last time, and they're my last swings now. So hopefully we can see that at least 135 carry number. That was a good one. Oh yeah, there we go. 139. All right, fears are already gone. I just didn't want to hit that one that good and look up and see 132 carry or something like that. So yeah, I can already tell you, the only club that has me any bit concerned with the distance and the gapping would be the 5-iron. Oh, spin it to win it. Go in. Hit a house. See what happens when I start thinking about other things? Golf's hard. Ooh, that was a misread. That wasn't that bad. There ain't no way a pitching wedge is hooking like that. 2,000 spin, yeah. Definitely a misread. Logo up. I think that one would have been pretty good too. Would have liked to seen it because I didn't hit it perfect. .128 carry. I hit it a little fat. That's all right. High on the face, as you can see, so that means I hit the ground first. There's a good one. That's what we want to feel. Right back on that 139 number, so that's great. If the 9-iron's going 155, this one's going 140. Love it. That one's good too. 131. Must have spun. Yeah, spun a little more. Looked to me like it carried 135. I was right at the pin. All right. Two more good ones. That's a good one. 139 again. When this thing's hit good, it goes 139.7. And I think the other one was 139.9, so we'll call that 140. All right, probably don't need to hit another one, but I'll hit one more. Let's see if we can hit it low in there. A little chippy, drivey one into the wind. pretty good. They're workable. Yeah, right at 135. Perfect. All right, pitching wedge fears from the last test are alleviated. That was clearly just first swing of the day issues. So it's going the exact number I want it to go. All right, we'll dive into all the numbers here, pull the charts up, see where we're at. Once again, these are going in the bag. I got to figure out that 5-iron though. I'm a little concerned about that. But yeah, ZXi7s, love them. They're awesome. Go get some. All right, everybody. So here's the final numbers. You're kind of going to go through it by carry, and then we'll dive into a couple other things. So the 5-iron was carrying 10 yards farther than the 6-iron. So that 6-iron was obviously carrying a little too far. I like to have approximately 15 yards gap in between each club. So as you can see, that's only 10. And then it drops another 20 down to that 7-iron. So my thoughts here are, I think instead of making the 5-iron stronger, 210 is plenty carry for a 5-iron. I was looking at even TrackMan for professional golfers. They have a spreadsheet of what they do, and it says that the average carry for a PGA player is only 199 yards for a 5-iron. So strengthening that 5-iron I don't think is a good idea. So I think my plan will be to weaken the 6-iron maybe 2 degrees, but for sure 1. I would like to bring that down to the 195 carry range. So then I got my 15 there, and then that would help me hit my 15 here going to the 7. And then going down to the 8, that's 16 yards, so that's fine. And then going down to the 9 is 14 yards, so that's good. And then going down to the pitching wedge is, 17 yards? So, I mean, I might be able to be talked into strengthening the pitching wedge by a degree just to get it around that 140 number. But I'll have to think about that one a little more. But for sure, the 6-iron, it needs to get weakened. It's going too far. Other stuff, all these things. So here's another reason for the 5-iron why I don't want to strengthen it. Its descent angle is 45 degrees right now, and I don't want it any lower than that. 45 is a good number, especially for a 5-iron coming down. So the higher that thing can come in, the better. And if I were to strengthen that by a couple of degrees, that would probably drop down to 40 to 41, which I don't want. And it would also drop this peak height. I like to try and keep all my peak heights for all my irons and even my woods and everything basically besides wedges. I like to keep in the same range, so around that 110 area is where it looks like I'm at. So maybe even this 9-iron, if I could figure out a way to maybe, get that up at least 5 feet, I'd like that. But if that 9-iron's kind of getting into that wedge area where I like my wedges to go, my pitching wedge, and then all my, my 50, my 54, my 58, I like those to go lower so they're a little more penetrating. And but everything else I want around this, I would say this 110 range. So all those numbers look really good. I like that a lot. Descent angles are all really good. Nothing to complain about there. Spins, 4,600 on a 5-iron is great. 5,100 on a 6-iron is pretty good. 5,800 on a 7-iron is a little low. Same with the 8 and same with the 9. Those are all pretty low. A little low spinning, but that can all be fixed with the golf ball. I was playing the Pro V, and that's the Pro V is a pretty low spinning golf ball. So if I went to the Pro V1X, that could help. But then I worry about running into issues with my driver, so I'll be messing around with that. But besides that, everything looks great here. I don't have any complaints, and a couple quick adjustments to maybe 1 or 2 clubs with the loft, and I think we're going to be right where we want to be. So impressed with these Srixons. As you guys know, these are definitely going in the bag. I'm excited for next year and to see how they go. Finally get to play a new iron. I've been trying to find one for years just because I like to tinker, and I've never found anything that I've kept in the bag for more than 3 or 4 rounds, and then I went back to the old Bridgestones. So yeah, hope you guys like this video. Please give me a like, a comment, and if you guys could hit subscribe, that'd be great. Trying to grow this channel. Hey guys, if you want to check out our website, it's harborgolfsim.com. There's links in the description for everything that we built into the simulator and sell. That's the Pro TVX launch monitor. That's Carl's Place screens, enclosures, and impact mats. That's BenQ projectors. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps the channel, and we're trying to grow this thing. And lastly, thanks for watching, and see you next time.